Stop trying to look like a ghost. Ghosts are anomalies, and anomalies get shot. Most of you have a fundamental misunderstanding of what the grey man actually is. You think it is about wearing a certain shade of tactical pants or having a nondescript backpack. You think it is about being invisible. It is not. In a high-threat environment, like a riot turning kinetic or a military checkpoint manned by sleep-deprived teenagers with automatic weapons, invisibility is impossible. You are a biological mass occupying space. You cannot delete yourself from their vision. The goal of Grey Man 2.0 is not invisibility. It is psychological redaction. You want to be seen, processed, and categorized as boring background noise in less than a quarter of a second. If a soldier's eyes linger on you for more than a second, you have already failed. Today, we are stripping away the gear-centric nonsense and focusing on behavioral psychology. We are going to walk through a city falling apart, from the first broken window of a riot to the cold barrel of a rifle at a checkpoint. And I'm going to teach you how to hack the threat detection loops of the people holding the guns. Before we drop you into the chaos, understand that this is not a gear review. This is a curriculum on human predation and how to avoid being the prey. If you are serious about surviving the collapse of public order, you need more than a bug-out bag. You need the mental software to run it. We are building a community of people who understand that survival is a skill set, not a shopping list. If you want to survive the initial panic that kills the amateur prepper, you need to secure your spot in this briefing series right now. Do not just watch, study. Let's begin with the moment the world changes, the Flashpoint. You are 3 blocks from your apartment. It is a Tuesday. The vibe on the street has been off all week, a low-frequency hum of tension that you can feel in your teeth. You turn the corner onto Main, and you see it. It is not a movie scene. There is no dramatic music. There is just a sudden, violent contraction of the crowd ahead of you. A glass bottle arcs through the air, catching the sunlight, and shatters against a riot shield with a sound like a gunshot. The police line, previously static, suddenly snaps into a phalanx formation. The noise changes instantly. The murmur of the protest shifts into a guttural roar, a human frequency that signals aggression. Tear gas canisters pop, hissing like angry snakes, and smoke begins to fill the intersection. People are not running yet. They are confused. They are looking at their phones. They are looking at each other. But you lock eyes with a guy in a heavy coat 20 feet away. He is pulling a mask up. He is reaching into a bag. You are standing on the edge of a kinetic event, and the clock just started ticking down to 0. Here is how the average person dies in this moment. They freeze. It is called the normalcy bias. Their brain is frantically trying to normalize the data, telling them that this is just a loud protest, that the police are just posturing. They stand there, mouth open, recording with their phone, trying to frame the perfect shot for social media. Or they do the opposite. They panic. They turn and sprint instantly. In the eyes of the police scanning the crowd, rapid movement equals guilt. If you sprint while everyone else is standing, you become a focal point. You become a rabbit, and the predator instinct kicks in. The people who freeze get trampled or gassed. The people who sprint get targeted with rubber bullets or marked by spotters. Both reactions are fatal errors because they are emotional, not tactical. They are reacting to the spectacle, not the threat dynamics. Your grey man strategy here is the drift. You need to disengage without triggering the predator gaze of the police or the mob mentality of the rioters. Do not run. Do not pull out your phone. Your phone is a beacon of attention. Keep your hands visible, open, and empty. Avoid the fig leaf pose, where you guard your crotch, as that signals fear and submission. Avoid the clenched fist, which signals aggression. Let your arms hang natural but ready. You want to move at a pace just 10% faster than the ambient walking speed of the crowd. Angle your body toward the periphery. Do not move in a straight line away from the threat. Move in a shallow diagonal toward the building lines. This makes your movement harder to track visually. You are peeling off, not fleeing. Monitor the emotional temperature. If the shouting turns to screaming, you have missed your window for a calm exit and must transition to immediate evasion. But for now, you are just a bored local who realized they left the oven on. But here is the complication that 1980s survival manuals do not cover: the algorithm. High above the intersection, a police drone is circling. It is not just a camera, it is running gait analysis and predictive behavioral modeling. It is looking for anomalous vectors. If the whole crowd is pushing north, and you are the only pixel moving south with purpose, the software flags you. It puts a red box around your head on the command center screen. A ground unit is dispatched to intercept the agitator trying to flank the line. You cannot just walk away against the grain. You have to flow like water. You must move with the crowd initially, blending your vector with theirs, and then slowly eddy out to the side into a doorway or an alley. You have to deceive the drone, not just the officer. You must look like debris washing up on the shore, not a shark swimming upstream. You didn't get out in time. The police line charged. The crowd has compressed into a terrifying solid mass. You can't see the street anymore, just the backs of jackets and the terrified eyes of the people squeezed against you. The air is hot, wet, and smells of copper and pepper spray. You feel the pressure against your ribs, a slow, hydraulic, crushing force. If you fall now, you never get up. Someone to your left trips over a curb and vanishes beneath the stampede. You hear the snap of bone. The crowd surges left, then right, like a fluid in a shaken jar. You are losing your footing. A professional agitator in black block gear shoves past you, using you as a shield against a rubber bullet volley. You are not a human being anymore. You are a particle in a physics equation that ends in suffocation. The instinct is to fight the current. You want to push back against the people crushing you. You want to scream at them to move. This burns precious oxygen and spikes your heart rate, accelerating the panic spiral. Fighting the pressure of 1,000 people is a mathematical impossibility. It is like trying to hold back the tide with your hands. Another fatal mistake is trying to stay upright by locking your knees. This makes you a rigid pole in a moving river, and you will be snapped. Once you are horizontal, the mechanics of crowd crush mean that the air is squeezed out of your lungs and you cannot expand your chest to take another breath. It is silent, slow asphyxiation amidst the loudest noise you have ever heard. Adopt the boxer's stance. Keep your feet shoulder-width apart, knees bent and dynamic. Bring your arms up to your chest like you are blocking a punch, elbows out. This creates a rigorous cage around your ribcage. Even if the crowd crushes in, your elbows protect your ability to expand your lungs. This is your life support system. Do not resist the flow. If the crowd surges left, you go left. You are surfing, not swimming. Look for the eddies, lampposts, walls, or even vehicles. These solid objects create a wake in the crowd flow, a small triangle of low pressure behind them where you can catch a breath. But do not get pinned against them. Your goal is to move diagonally toward the edge of the crowd. Imagine you are in a rip current. You never swim directly to shore. You swim parallel until the current breaks. Same physics applies here. The crush is bad, but the visual markers are worse. You are now surrounded by the hard targets, the guys in gas masks and helmets who came to fight. To the police on the other side of the smoke, you are pixel matching with the combatants. If you are wearing a backpack, you are a target. If you have your hood up, you are a target. In this crush, you need to shed the protester silhouette immediately. If you have a bag and it's not life-critical, drop it. It's a magnet for less lethal rounds. Pull your hood down. If you have a hat, take it off. You need to reveal your humanity. A soldier looks for silhouettes. A smooth, round head looks like a civilian. A hooded, masked figure looks like a combatant. Unmasking yourself in a cloud of gas hurts, but it might stop a sniper from identifying you as a threat leader. You made it to the edge. You ducked into a side street. It's quieter here, but more dangerous. This is the filter zone, where the police snatch squads operate. A tactical team is moving down the street, weapons raised, scanning for stragglers. They are pumped full of adrenaline and fear. They aren't looking for justice. They are looking for threats. You are 30 yards away. The lead officer locks onto you. His weapon light blinds you. He shouts for you to get on the ground. You can see the tension in his body language. He is coiled, ready to fire. You are alone in the alley with a squad of armed men who have been fighting rioters for 6 hours. You are not a person to them right now. You are a military-age male in a combat zone. The distinction between a civilian and a threat is entirely up to what you do in the next 3 seconds. Do not argue. Do not ask, "What did I do?" Do not reach for your ID. These are the 3 triggers that get people hurt. Reaching for an ID looks like reaching for a weapon. Arguing signals non-compliance, which escalates their force continuum. Asking questions makes you a problem to be solved. If you freeze up and say nothing, their anxiety spikes because you are unpredictable. If you turn to run, you trigger the chase instinct. The worst thing you can do is try to man up or assert your rights in this specific millisecond. You can litigate later. Right now, you need to survive the encounter. Aggressive submission is a paradox, but it gets you killed. Rapidly dropping to your knees can look like taking a shooting stance. The strategy is projected harmlessness. You need to break their OODA loop, observe, orient, decide, act, by giving them absolutely nothing to decide on. Stop moving immediately. Show your palms. Keep them near your chest, fingers spread wide. This is the universal sign of, "I have no weapon." Do not raise them high above your head like a movie surrender. That looks like posturing. Keep them in the social box near your shoulders. Speak first, but speak calmly. I am stopping. My hands are empty. I am just trying to go home. Use the narrate your actions technique. Before you move an inch, say it. I am going to slowly turn around. I am going to kneel down. This gives their brain time to process your movement so it doesn't register as an attack. You are de-escalating their nervous system by being boring, predictable, and compliant. Here is the glitch. Thermal optics. The team isn't just looking at you. The designated marksman has a thermal overlay. If you have been running, your heat signature is glowing white hot. You look like you've been in combat. If you have been carrying a heavy backpack, there are cold spots on your shoulders where the straps were. Strap marks are a dead giveaway that you dumped gear before they saw you. You cannot hide your metabolic rate. If you are hyperventilating, your chest is heaving in the thermal scope. You need to control your physiology. Force your breathing into a box pattern. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4. It won't cool your body instantly, but it will stop the erratic heaving that signals guilty flight response. You need to look physically exhausted, not tactically exerted. Slump your shoulders. Look tired, not wired. You survived the riot. You retrieved your vehicle. Now you are trying to leave the city, but the perimeter is locked down. You round a bend on the highway and see it. Concrete Jersey barriers, floodlights, and a bottleneck of cars. This isn't police anymore, it's the National Guard. Camouflage, rifles, armoured vehicles. A soldier is waving cars forward with a glow stick. He looks exhausted. His finger is resting on the trigger guard, not the receiver. That's bad discipline, which means he's tired and jumpy. The car in front of you brakes too late, tires screeching slightly. The soldier flinches, raising his rifle. You are next. The inside of your car is your private domain, but in 10 seconds it becomes a public inspection zone. You have a multi-tool in the glove box. You have a go bag in the back seat. To you, it's survival gear. To him, it's contraband. The amateur move is the cop response. People try to act like they're dealing with a traffic cop. They smile too much. They roll down the window and start with, "Good evening, officer. How are you?" Soldiers at a checkpoint are not customer service representatives. They are looking for threats. Excessive talking is a threat indicator. It signals nervousness or distraction. Another fatal error is rummaging. You want to have your ID ready, so you lean over to the passenger seat to dig through your bag while approaching the soldier. From his perspective, you just dipped your shoulder to grab a gun. He will scream at you, or he will shoot through the windshield. Do not turn off your car unless told. Do not take off your seatbelt unless told. Autonomy is suspicion. Preload your harmlessness. Before you are even in line, turn on your interior dome light. This is the single most powerful signal of transparency. It shows you have nothing to hide. Roll down all the windows, not just the driver's side. If the windows are tinted, this is mandatory. Place your hands on the steering wheel at 10 and 2. Instruct your passengers to put their hands on the dashboard or the back of the front seats. No hands in laps. When you pull up, turn off your headlights to parking mode so you don't blind the soldier. This is a subtle psychological courtesy that lowers their aggression. Have your ID clipped to the air vent or on the dash, visible. Do not hand it to them unless they ask. Your face should be neutral, not friendly, not angry, just a face. You are cargo. Act like cargo. If asked a question, answer with zero elaboration. Where are you going? Home. What is in the back? Groceries. Be the grayest, dullest data point of their shift. The complication is the search dog. The soldier waves you forward, but a handler with a working dog is walking the line. The dog isn't looking for behavior, it's smelling chemistry. That grey man bug-out bag in your trunk? It has gun oil on it. It has maybe a residue of range powder from 3 years ago. The dog signals. Now the script flips. You are being pulled out. The soldiers are yelling. This is where Grey Man 2.0 is critical. You cannot talk your way out of a positive alert. You must physically deflate. Do not stiffen up. When they open the door, pivot your legs out slowly. Do not jump out. Stand up slowly. Keep your hands visible. You are about to be searched. If you tense your muscles, it feels like resistance to the person patting you down. Go limp. Be a rag doll. Compliance must be total. You have been pulled aside. You are standing on the asphalt. 3 soldiers are tossing your car. 1 soldier is assigned to guard you. He is young, maybe 20. His eyes are darting around. He is chewing gum aggressively. He is standing too close to you, invading your space. This is a dominance test. He wants you to flinch. He wants you to look away or look defiant. He is waiting for a reason to escalate because he is scared and bored. A dangerous cocktail. You can feel the urge to explain yourself, to tell him you're a taxpayer, a citizen, a good guy. But you see his finger tapping against the receiver of his rifle. Tap, tap, tap. He is a coiled spring. You are not a citizen right now. You are a biological entity in his sector of fire. Mirroring aggression is suicide. If you puff your chest out to maintain dignity, he will crush you. But mirroring fear is also dangerous. If you shake, stutter, or sweat profusely, his predator brain thinks, liar. The most subtle failure here is forced camaraderie. Do not say, thank you for your service. Do not say, I have a brother in the Corps. He doesn't care. In this context, that sounds like manipulation. It sounds like you are trying to play a card. He knows the game. Trying to buddy up to a sentry makes you memorable, and you want to be forgettable. You want to be a ghost passing through his memory, leaving no trace. Any attempt to build a relationship is a red flag. Use the middle distance gaze. Do not lock eyes with him. That is a challenge. Do not look at your feet. That is submission and guilt. Look at his chest rig, or look slightly past his ear. It shows you are attentive but not confronting. Keep your posture open. Do not cross your arms. Let them hang. Shift your weight to one leg. This is a biohack. Standing at attention signals readiness to fight or flee. Slouching on one hip signals, I am waiting for the bus. It subconsciously tells the soldier you are in low energy mode, which encourages him to downregulate his own arousal levels. If he asks you to move, move at half speed. Fast movements trigger fast reactions. You want to move like you are underwater. Slow, deliberate, smooth. The complication is the trophy. The soldier sees your watch, or your boots, or the nice multi-tool they found in your car. He picks it up. Nice gear, he says. He isn't complimenting you, he is shopping. In a breakdown of rule of law, checkpoints are often taxation points. If you protest, if you say, that's mine, you risk losing the car or your life. This is the hardest psychological hurdle: strategic loss. You have to be willing to lose the gear to save the mission. If he pockets your Leverman, you didn't lose it, you paid a toll. Your face must remain neutral. Do not show anger. Do not show attachment. It's a good tool, you say flatly. Let it go. The moment you fight for property, you shift from compliant civilian to hostile combatant. Survival is expensive. An officer walks over. He's holding your ID. He looks smarter, sharper than the kid guarding you. He doesn't yell. He speaks quietly, which is terrifying. So, he says, looking at your license, you're a long way from this address, Tom. What were you doing in the red zone? This is the trap. He isn't asking for information. He is checking your story against the timeline. He knows there was a riot. He knows where the breaches were. He is looking for a hesitation, a stumble, a lie. He pauses, letting the silence stretch. This is a classic interrogation technique. He wants you to fill the silence with nervous chatter. He wants you to over-explain. The storyteller dies here. The storyteller tries to weave a complex lie to sound innocent. Oh well, my aunt was sick and I went to get medicine, but the road was closed, so I took a shortcut. Stop. Too many details. Details are hooks that he can snag you on. If you say you went to a pharmacy, he will ask which one. If you say the road was closed, he will ask where. Lies require memory. Truth requires nothing. The more words you use, the more surface area you give him to attack. Nervous people talk to relieve tension. Innocent people simply state facts. Do not try to be clever. Do not try to outsmart the interrogator. The strategy is tactical brevity. Answer the specific question asked and nothing more. What were you doing? Trying to get home. Why were you there? Bad route choice. Keep your answers under 5 words whenever possible. Use the broken record technique. If he keeps pressing, stick to your simple, unverifiable, boring truth. I just want to go home. Do not change your story. Do not add details to make it believable. Bland consistency is your shield. Regulate your tone. Pitch it down. High pitch equals stress. Low pitch equals control. And crucially, admit to being scared. It is a disarming tactic. I'm sorry, officer, I'm just really nervous right now. This validates your physical anxiety without admitting to any crime. It gives a harmless reason for your shaking hands. The twist, your digital shadow. He doesn't just look at your ID, he asks for your phone to unlock it. This is the new reality of checkpoints. If you refuse, you are detained. If you unlock it, he sees your photos, your texts, your maps history. If you have encrypted apps like Signal or Telegram, that is suspicious. If you have photos of the riot, you are done. You needed a burner profile. A secondary user account on your phone that looks like a normal, boring person. Pictures of a cat, texts to mum, Candy Crush. No political memes, no survival manuals. If you hand him a phone that is completely wiped and empty, that is also suspicious. It needs to look lived in, but sanitized. You are handing him your digital soul. Ensure it looks like the soul of a sheep, not a wolf. He stares at you for another long 10 seconds. Then he hands you back your phone. Get out of here, he mutters. He waves you through. You get back in your car. Your hands are shaking so bad you can barely key the ignition. You drive away, slowly, checking the rearview mirror. You want to speed up, to put distance between you and the guns, but you force yourself to drive 5 miles under the limit until you are miles away. You survived not because you had a rifle or a plate carrier. You survived because you hacked the human element. You presented a profile that was too resource-intensive to process and too boring to exploit. You were the grey man. But here is the problem you haven't considered yet. You just crossed the perimeter. You are out of the city. You think you are safe. But you just entered the rural vacuum. There are no checkpoints here. There are no police. There are no rules of engagement. You are now in a zone where the threat isn't a stressed soldier with a rulebook. It's a desperate local with a hunting rifle and no oversight. You traded institutional tyranny for total anarchy. The psychological camouflage you just used? It doesn't work out here. The behavioural profile that saves you from a soldier gets you killed by a bandit. The rules just flipped 180 degrees, and you are driving a car full of supplies into the dark. If you want to know how to pivot your grey man strategy from urban evasion to rural stealth, where the predators don't wear uniforms, you need to be on the roster for the next briefing. Secure your access now. The city was the easy part. You survived the simulation. Now survive the reality. Equip yourself at the official supply depot. Because if the world is going to end, you might as well look prepared.